wanted to share with you guys some romance books that had me feeling some kind of way. All right. So grab your drink and a snack, and I'll be right back. Hey book friends, welcome back. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. So girlies, or guys, I know you are used to me talking about thriller books because I'm a thriller girly. Yes, I am. But I have read some romance books this year and even last year, I believe, that really made me feel some kind of way, whether that was tear up, all out cry, be fuzzy inside, whatever it was. These books really stay on my mind all the time. And since it is cozy season and we're heading into, the winter and all of that, I know that I tend to veer a little more towards romance, along with historical fiction and all that. But romance, the wintertime, the cold weather is when I read a lot of romance books. So I wanted to share with you just a few romance books that they range from 4 to 5 stars. So, to me, that's saying a lot. I'm not just throwing any old type of romance out there to you guys. These are books that just, like I said, really touch me in some kind of way. And I feel like these are books that I'm going to keep on my shelf. I'll probably never unhaul these books. That's how much they really touch me in some kind of way. So we are going to start with Abby Jimenez, Part of Your World. This is probably, I believe, the only book that I've read by Abby. I really wanted to get into more of her books during the summer, and I didn't make it. No, I didn't. But this one right here, this one really caught me. It made me feel some kind of way. I gave this book a 4-star, and this romance was kind of an age gap romance, and I'm here for it. I mean, as long as the age is not too drastic, you know what I'm saying? But this one really caught my heart. It made me cry. Yes, it did. There were some parts, I don't know, maybe I was just in some kind of mood. All right, because some people might be like, what? This book made you cry? Well, different strokes for different folks, okay? So, but this one, at some point really did, I'm not saying had me boohoo crying, but it brought a tear to my eye. Yes, it did. But in this book, you have your main female character, Alexis, and she is an emergency room doctor. And then you have Daniel, and he is a carpenter in like this small town. And I'm actually going to go ahead and read the synopsis of this book, just because I read it a while ago and I remember the gist of it in my mind. In order to give you a really good synopsis of what this book is about, I'm going to read it. All right. After a wild bet, gourmet grilled cheese sandwich, and a cuddle with a baby goat, Alexis Montgomery has had her world turned upside down. The cause, Daniel Grant, a ridiculously hot carpenter who's 10 years younger than her, and as casual as they come, the complete opposite of sophisticated city girl Alexis, and yet their chemistry is undeniable. While her ultra wealthy parents want her to carry on the family legacy of world-renowned surgeons, Alexis doesn't need glory or fame. She's fine with being a mere ER doctor. And every minute she spends with Daniel in the tight-knit town where he lives, she's discovering just what's really important. Yet letting their relationship become anything more than a short-term fling would mean turning her back on her family and giving up the opportunity to help thousands of people. Bringing Daniel into her world is impossible, and yet she can't just give up the joy she's found with him either. With so many differences between them, how can Alexis possibly choose between her world and his? Y'all, like I said, this was so good. And I really need to go ahead and grab some of her other books. But guys, I really do suggest this, and I think you love it. All right. The next book that I'm going to share with you is more of a rom-com, Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. And I'm trying to think of a right way to describe this or to justify me reading this, because this is about, I believe, high schoolers. Okay. But it was really cute. It was really cute. You have enemies to lovers type situation going on. You have Liz, who is your main female character, and then Wes, who's the main male character, and he's actually her neighbor, okay? And throughout this story, he's that enemy, okay? He's giving her a hard way to go, and all of that. But somehow a love ensues here. So we are going to read the synopsis to this so you guys can get a more clear understanding of what I'm trying to say. All right. So Liz Boxbaum, I don't know, y'all, has always known that Wes Bennett was not boyfriend material. You would think that her next door neighbor would be a prime candidate for her romantic comedy fantasies. But Wes has only proven himself to be a pain in the butt ever since they were little. Wes was the kid who put a frog in her Barbie dream house, the monster who hid a lawn gnome severed head in her little homemade neighborhood book exchange. Flash forward 10 years from the great gnome decapitation. It's Liz's senior year, a time meant to be rubbed with millstones, perfect for any big screen, and she needs Wes' help. See, Liz forever crush Michael has just moved back to town, and horribly annoyingly, he is hitting it off with Wes, meaning that if Liz wants Michael to finally notice her and hopefully be her prom date, she needs Wes. He's her in. But as Liz and Wes scheme to get Liz her magical prom moment, she's shocked to discover that she actually likes being around Wes, and as they continue to grow closer, she must re-examine everything she thought she knew about love and rethink her own perception of what happily ever after really looks like. Guys, this was really cute. Let me see. I thought I might have been able to find like one of the lines in this book that really got me, and I didn't like put a little tabby there or anything, but this was really cute. They had a song list, which I didn't listen to it, but I thought it was really cute. And you know, guys, I really feel like you guys would like this. I gave this a 5-star. Yeah, that's how much I enjoyed this book. I gave it a 5-star, so hopefully this is something you would enjoy as well. This next book is has a lot to do with magical realism. This was a new author for me this summer. No, did I read this one last year? No, I think I might have read this one this year. But anyway, it was earlier. And it's a novel love story by Ashley Poston or Poston. And y'all can see I got it all tabbed up. I got it tabbed up. Just little things that I either thought touched my heart or was so cute. I really loved the 7-Year Slip, which I think that was actually my first read. And then I went ahead and got this one. But this does have some magical realism. Now, I don't think, yeah, I gave this one a 5-star if I can recall. I gave this one a 5-star. There were so many things in here that I really enjoyed. Let me see. I had a little note here. Let me see. It does have a little spice in it. I really I like the characters. It was easy to read. But you have your main female character, Elsie, or Eileen was her name, but they called her Elsie. Let me just read the synopsis of this book. It says, love is stranger than fiction. Eileen, or Elsie Merriweather, loves to get lost in a good happily ever after. The fictional kind anyway, because at least imaginary men don't leave you at the altar. She feels safe in stories, at home in books, which might be why she's so set on going to her book club's annual retreat this year. She needs good friends, cheap wine, and a grand romantic gesture no matter what. When her car unexpectedly breaks down on the way, she finds herself stranded in a quaint town that seems like it's right out of a novel, because it is. This place can't be real, and yet she's here in Ellerton, the town from her favorite romance series, where the candy stores, honey taffy is always sweet, the local bars' burgers are always a little burnt, and rain always comes in the afternoon. It feels like home is perfect and perfectly frozen, trapped in the late author's last unfinished story. Elsie is sure that must be why she's here, to help bring the town to its storybook ending. This is so cute. And it's about books, okay? That's number one. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can find something really cute just to read out of this. I don't think that it would be, telling too much of the story. Spoiler. Let me see, guys. My stomach burned. I wanted him to kiss me again, sitting on this park bench on such a lovely summer night. The fireflies danced around us, the wind winding through the trees, and when he set his eyes on me, I felt like the only story he wanted to read. Ah, wasn't that cute? Oh, that's so cute. So, yes, guys, I gave this a 5-star. I loved it's fiction and it's magical realism. And that's why we read, right? Escape, so that we can go to these places that are not real. But I really love this one. I love Ashley Poston as a author. She's an Autobot for me, which leads me to The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. Let me see. Same place, different time. Sometimes the worst day of your life happens and you have to figure out how to live after it. For Clementine West, that means burying your head in her work as a book publicist, being practical and forgetting the silly things her beloved aunt Analia taught her, like living wide and chasing the moon. Clementine would rather stay grounded and keep her heart safe. For the last 6 months, she's done just that. But when she moves into her late aunt's apartment and finds a strange man standing in the kitchen, a man with kind eyes, a southern drawl, and a taste for lemon pies, her well-laid plans begin to fall apart, because he's the type of man who, before it all, she would have fallen over heads over heels for, and she still might. Except he exists in the past, 7 years in the past to be exact, and she's quite literally lived 7 years in the future. Her aunt always said that the apartment was a pinch in time, a place where moments blended like watercolors. She also said that love is never a matter of time, but a matter of timing. And Clementine fears she may be 7 years too late. Y'all, this was, once again, so good. I gave this one a 5-star. I did. It was really cute. Like I said, different strokes for different folks. Wanting to tattoo the taste of him into the gray matter of my brain. Okay? Where we do that at? This was so cute and so good. Like I said, to each his own. Whatever make you tick and talk, honey, may not be this, but I recommend reading this book. If you're looking for smushy, this is it. Y'all, these next 2 books. Woo! These next 2 books literally had me in tears, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. Tilly Cole, 1,000 Boy Kisses. Yes. These are about teenagers, but I'm telling you, this story had my heart in a chokehold. I gave it a 5-star. Yes, I did. So we have Poppy, who is our main female character, and then you have Rune, who is the main female character in the story. I'm going to read the synopsis. That way I won't mess up nothing. All right. One boy, one girl, a bond that is forged in an instant and cherished for a decade. A bond that neither time nor distance can break. A bond that will last forever, or so they believe. When 17-year-old Rune Christensen returns from his native Norway to the sleepy town of Blossom Grove, Georgia, where he befriended Poppy Litchfield as a child, he has just one thing on his mind. Why did the girl who was one half of his soul, who promised to wait faithfully for his return, cut him off without a word of explanation? Rune's heart was broken 2 years ago when Poppy fell silent, but when he discovers the truth of her absence, he finds that the greatest heartache is yet to come. Yeah, this thing had me tore up. This story had me tore up. I don't know how much more I can say it. Oh my gosh. But at the same time, it gave me the fuzzy feel. It's just, you gotta read it. You gotta read it. Listen to this. He kissed me until there was no part of me that didn't know who it belonged to. He kissed me until my heart again fused with his. Two halves, one whole. I got this book tabbed up. There are so many little things in here that just had me. I don't know if I could even. I think that those might be spoilers. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that and tell you guys that you have to read it. If you are a romance girly and, you know, you like all the fuzzy stuff, grab it. Grab it. This next one is also by Tilly Cole, and it's 1,000 Broken Pieces, all right? The story is about Poppy's sister. I feel like if I tell you exactly what's going on, even though you can probably read the synopsis yourself and find out what happened in the first book, but in case you don't read the second book, I'm not going to say what happened. All I'm going to say is this one had me broken and tore all up. I would say read the first one. I would say read the first one and you'll really get an idea what happened here. I will read this blurb, okay? It says, when I came on this trip, I was shattered into 1,000 broken pieces. But one by one, the closer we grew to one another, you glued me back together. So sweet. I loved it. I believe I gave this a 5 stars as well. Now, this last book I'm going to share with you guys. This was, I believe, this was one of the books by Christina Lauren that I love more than any of the books that I've read of hers. Have I read every book? No. I've read some, but it is Love and Other Words. All right? I love this book so much that I ended up getting the really fancy copy. All right? Spray edges. This is my trophy here. I wanted to get the other because I think it's another version of this book, a different cover that you can buy, but I had to have this one. I had to have this one. It is so pretty. I love pink. And this book did it for me. Christina Lauren has a lot of books, but this Love and Other Words, let me tell you, this one did it for me. This one did it. I absolutely love it. I'm going to read the synopsis on this one. What's your favorite word? Macy Sorensen is settling into an ambitious, if emotionally unsatisfying routine. Work hard as a San Francisco pediatric resident, plan her wedding to an older, financially secure man, keep her head down and her heart tucked away. It's the best way to ensure she won't get hurt again. But when she runs into Elliot, Petropoulos, I can't even say his last name. The first and only love of her life, the careful bubble she's constructed begins to dissolve. Once upon a time, Elliot was Macy's entire world, growing from her gangly, bookish friend into the man who coaxed her heart open, only to break it on the very night he declared his love for her. As teens, Elliot and Macy grew from friends to much more, devouring books, sharing favorite words, and talking through their growing pains and triumphs. But as estranged adults, can they overcome the past decade of silence in hopes of rediscovering all-consuming love? Y'all, this book had me, this book had me in a way. It had me in a way, and I loved it. And like I said, I love it so much that I got this beautiful sprayed edge copy as a trophy. You always see it displayed on my bookshelf, and I love it. I really can't wait to read this again, so it'll feel like I read it for the first time. I'm gonna wait until read it until sometime next year, but those are the romances that I feel like you would enjoy. If you're a romance girly, like I said, if you just need a good palate cleanser, if you want to cry, laugh, all the things, if you want to just feel some kind of way, these books will get you there. They will do the job. So friends, that is all the books that I have as far as romances. There are others, but I didn't want this video to be too long. I would love for you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. Please let me know in the comments if you have read any of these books, how you feel about these books. And if you made it to the end of this video, leave this emoji. And until next time, friends, keep being who you are. And that's a star. So keep shining. Ta-ta.